What is up, everybody? Shauna D Man here, and welcome back. Hope you guys are doing great. To bring you a different edition of the Nerd Talk podcast. Every once in a while, we will take a break from kind of like the nerdy conversations and stuff like that, and just have a chill episode. So this is Nerd Talk After Hours, where it's a lot more adult oriented conversations where we'll talk about life and just random things like that as well. You've probably heard at least two other episodes of this at some point throughout the history of doing Nerd Talk, so this shouldn't be all that familiar, all that misfamiliar with you. But we are back with one of our favorite guests who we had on quite a while back. It's really nice to see her again. So for those, since it has been a while, just for those who are maybe new to the podcast as well, just tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself.
My name is partyhardycosplay on Instagram, and my name is Megan. I was on here before, I think twice, I want to say. But I'm a cosplayer, just a nerd, I guess.
And so I messaged her I guess last week actually, or maybe it was earlier this week, but I was thinking, because like I tend to try to get guests to come back on for things outside of like, the podcast, just to have conversations about a lot of the things that they love. So definitely very fun to have you back. So
Thank you.
So what's been going on with you since because I'm pretty sure we had you, I think I want to say 2022. I could, maybe, let me see.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere around there. Yeah.
What has been going on with you during that time?
Oh my God. Working full time. I am in my master's for my college, and I've just been so busy. Like, I barely have time to make TikToks. It's just crazy. And I moved out with my boyfriend, so there's that. So more adult things are happening.
Well, you moved in or moved out?
Moved out.
Oh, okay. Are y'all still dating?
We're still going strong. Yeah.
Oh, well, I was just hoping you were just kind of like, oh yeah, just kind of like jump in there. But okay, well that's good. I'm glad. Well, at least obviously you didn't break up or anything like that. But how long were y'all living together?
We just moved in December of last year, so
oh, okay.
This December it'll be coming up on a year.
Oh, okay. So what's that like?
It's good. When you live with a person, you really get to know their habits and like what you learn how to work things out. But it's good. I enjoy living with him. It's nice.
Good. That's good. So it was actually May of last year is when we first had you on. So it was actually coming up on a year of you being on. And so that was really interesting. The timing of having you come back on as well. I don't remember. You're not in school, right? Or are you in school?
I am in school. I'm in my master's program currently.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I graduate next year in April.
Oh.
So I'm almost done.
That's nice. So for those who have not followed you or seen any of your content and things like that, what you do, obviously you do cosplays, and then what other kind of like funny or cool TikToks that you do? I mean, I've seen them and I left my comments on how cool they are, but for those who may not know, what kind of content do you do?
I feel like I'm mainly just cosplaying. I don't know. What ones have you seen?
It's pretty much all been your Black Cat.
Yeah.
At least on Instagram. I don't think I've seen any on your TikTok. Actually, matter of fact, I don't know if I came across your TikTok or not yet. I don't think I have. Yeah, because I think I remember I came across you on Instagram instead. So, but yeah, like you're obviously, out of all your cosplays, your Black Cat hat's always been my favorite. So
She is. She's number one to a lot of people,
well,
including
yeah.
me.
Listen, and I've seen plenty of Black Cat cosplays. So, but I very much like yours. And so for those who may be new to listening, what, because Black Cat's your favorite, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What drew you to Black Cat?
It's one of those things where you just kind of click with the character. It's two things. So, there was this guy who was cosplaying Spider-Man, and I wanted to partially impress him, but I also fell in love with the character Black Cat.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do Black Cat, and I ended up liking her more than I liked the guy. So that's a win in my book. And I just love her. She makes me feel so confident, and she's such a deep, rich character. She's great.
Yeah, I remember we discussed that the last time we talked, and it was really interesting just to hear from you that because obviously you're a very attractive woman yourself, and it was just interesting listening that this Black Cat cosplay that you love to do gives you confidence and things like that. Because I mean, I can't remember the exact details of the conversation, but I know we talked about I believe we talked about how sexy it made you feel and things like that. And so yeah, it does. I mean, like, listen, I am always excited to see your Black Cat stuff.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess a lot of people are too, but it's top tier content. People love it. So, I don't remember, because I don't think we brought your boyfriend up the last time the conversation. Does he cosplay?
No, he is not a cosplayer. He's made that very clear. He's like, yeah, you'll never get cosplay. He's a car guy, so I go to car shows. He goes with me to Comic-Con, so that's like our trade-off.
Does he like go with you to like kind of like assist with your cosplays, that kind of stuff, or does he just go as like kind of like your bodyguard, basically?
I would say he's like my bag holder.
Oh, okay.
So I like do photos or something, he'll hold my stuff, but he's also my bodyguard. When I brought him to a con, my friends were like, "That dude's scary looking." I'm like, yeah, he kind of has that presence of, like, I enjoy bringing him to a con because I know if anyone tries to get stupid with me,
right,
he'll shut that down real quick. Like he'll get very confrontational if you do something to me. So,
right,
not to speak on, but I have that in case. My boyfriend also bought this stupid thing. Did you see this in the background?
What is that? Oh,
it's a statue of a fat woman.
Why did he buy? Wait, where did he buy that from?
He bought it from TJ Maxx.
Why?
I don't know. I posted on Facebook a picture of him with this, and I said that I'm selling both of them. Serious inquiries only. But it's so ugly. I hate it. I don't know if it's like I don't know. But
that's actually pretty. That's just a random thing.
I know he drives me nuts.
Oh my gosh! What kind of car does he drive?
So he has two. He has a Acura, and then he has a Honda Civic. But it's slammed, so it's like this far off the ground, and he put like race car seats in it. He put speakers in it. And I don't mean this in like a horrible way, but he's Puerto Rican, so I guess from what I've been told, that's like a Puerto Rican thing that they do. I don't know. It's like the loud music. He loves going fast in it. I'll yell at him if he's going too fast.
Oh
because
my gosh.
No, you're going to knock that off. I don't want you to see you in the hospital.
Oh my god. So are you going to do any kind of like black cat or any kind of like photo shoots with the car?
I thought about it, but I really want to do one with a motorcycle.
Okay.
I don't know. With a car, I mean, I guess I could, but I don't know. I'd be afraid to like scratch his car or something. I don't know. Like that's his baby, so I'm like,
that's understandable.
Yeah.
So what cons have you been to recently, if any?
None.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't been to any since 2022.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm slacking.
I mean, I'm not saying you're slacking, but I mean, I'll let you say that.
Well, how many have you been to recently?
Let's see. Last year, I went to in August. I went to Dragon Con for the first time.
How was that?
It was good. Very, very overwhelming. Primarily because the last con I went to was probably like 6-7 years ago, but I only went just because a friend of mine who I went to high school with was going, because there was another guy who went to high school with us. He that was in my grade. His family had like a booth set up there, so they were selling some of their portraits and stuff like that. So that's the only reason I went. So I really didn't care too much about it. But Dragon Con was fun. It was very overwhelming, primarily because like I didn't know the sheer size of it, with it being spread out amongst like 5 different hotels in Atlanta. Hey, so it was a lot of people, and the walking wasn't too bad, but it was just kind of like I got there and I was just kind of like, I don't know where I want to start. And then not like 3 of the previous guests that I had on for the Nerd Talk podcast were there as well. And so I met up with one of them, didn't get a chance to find the other 2, but overall I had a good time. I bought a sword. I gotta get a rack or something to hang it up. But yeah, I bought a sword, and I make, even though financially it was probably not a smart idea, I make no regrets about it. So, and then I went to this last weekend. I went to Huntsville Pop and Culture Expo. Huntsville is a city that's about an hour or so away from me here in Alabama. And so I went to that. I was just like, why not go check it out? There were like some really cool guests that I wanted to see. Jonathan Frakes from Star Trek was there. Trish Stratus, who was a wrestler for WWF. No, or was it? Yeah. WWF. The voice actors for Master Chief and Cortana were there, and so I was very excited for that one. So I was just like, I took a picture, and I was just like, it's the effing Master Chief and Cortana. I was just so excited for that one. There were a few other people there as well. I think like Dean Cain, Brandon Ruth, who did Superman Returns. The guy from Blue's Clues, Steve, he was there.
I love it. He's going to Rhode Island. I want to go so bad.
So,
that's like, I've heard people compare like that Steve is like our Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
In the Blue's Clues universe. So I'm like, completely agree.
I think the voice actor for Bluey was there as well. Um, the actors for Oscar and Meredith from The Office, they were there. And then they didn't have only one of them had a booth, but they did a kind of Star Wars Rebels panel, and some of the voice actors from that were there. So it was a pretty fun thing. And then I'm going to go to one in Birmingham. I think it's called Iron City Cons. I think that's what it's called. But Birmingham is about 45 minutes away from me, so I was kind of like, yeah, why not? We'll go check that out. And so, and then I may go to Dragon Con again this year, but I haven't fully decided on it. I do want to try to go to different cons in different states for sure.
Would you ever go to New York Comic Con? Because I've had people like beg me to go to that, and I'm like, it's massive.
That's one on my list, and I may go. I haven't fully committed to the idea just yet. I don't remember what I think it's in November, October or November.
October.
I thought about going, but I just haven't fully committed to the idea of that just yet, because I would have to just figure. I mean, I do need to take a vacation, because like I'm maxed out on my vacation days and sick days, because I don't really take a lot of days off from work. But I was just kind of like, cause I think my job, let's see, right now at my job I have about 82 hours of sick paid leave available, and then vacation I have like 160. So yeah, I do need to use it. So I don't know. I probably need to actually look into it really, if I really want to go. But I would love to go to New York Comic Con. It's always been one I wanted to go to. You should go.
I know. I'm like, getting tickets is probably the hardest part with that con.
Yeah, I don't think. Let's see. I don't know if tickets should be available now, but I could be wrong about that. I don't know whenever they release these things. Let's see if I can find one.
Because I thought that like they go on pre-sale in like June or July. I could be wrong.
Okay, let's see. October 17th, 20th. What is that, a Thursday?
Usually.
Let's see if I can find. Okay, yeah, they're not. Well, that's okay. Yeah, they don't have it. The tickets ready to sell just yet.
Yeah,
so I may go. But like, just because it's like so far away from me, I'll probably have to like buy a plane ticket and fly out that way, which it wouldn't be an issue, but I don't know. I don't know. It's like, if I want to go, I know I'm going to like spend X amount of money with how expensive things are nowadays, just to get out that way.
No, I get it.
But I do know a few people who went, but they kind of live closer to the New York area, so it's not that much of a hassle as compared to somebody from, the South trying to make their way up that way. So, because I definitely don't want to drive, because that would be extremely tiring. So I wonder if they released. Let me see. I don't know if they released the guests yet either. So they may have, but let's see.
I don't think they did yet.
At
least I.
Oh yeah, they got. I think they do. The guest of honor, I guess it is. If I'm reading this right, it's Chris Evans,
Okay.
Uh, Ewan McGregor, Mary Elizabeth Weinstein, Tom Hiddleston. Let's see, and then there's some featured guests. Not really familiar with these names, so I'm not really. Adam Hughes. Okay. See now I do want to go because of like Chris Evans, Ewan
Yeah.
McGregor, freaking Captain America, and Obi-Wan. Yes, I definitely would probably go to that. I when I went to the one I went to last week. It's like expensive too, really, because like let's see, the ticket alone was like almost $50, which wasn't bad because I only went on a Saturday. Um, and then you could you could pay for photo op, which I think the one I would have just done would have been the Halo one, was Master Chief and Cortana. That was like $100, but probably more like 115.
Mm.
So I don't know. That would have been fun though. It would have been really cool. I would have been happy. Probably would have died if I had gotten a photo with. I did. Tara Strong was there too. I forgot.
Oh, Tara. I love her.
Love Tara Strong. So.
Good.
Oh yeah. What? I forgot where you reside. What cons are around you?
I live in Massachusetts, so like
Oh.
Boston Comic Con, Wicked Comic Con, Rhode Island, um, some in Connecticut. I think one of them is Terrificon. Those are like all the ones that I really know of. I'm sure there might be like another one in Boston. I'm not sure.
I know. So New York Comic Con is one. Fan Expo Philadelphia is another one. And Dallas Fan Expo is one I want to go to. I don't know if I would travel really that far, like to California. There is one thing I would have liked to go on to if I had known about it, because one of the guests I had on, she is doing this. I don't know if this is a full-time job or she's just working this one job, but it's kind of like a honestly, I don't know how to describe it. It's like I did a little promo video for him.
Yeah.
It's kind of so what is it, H Night at the Ramada. It's at a anime marketplace, and they're having like the kind of like this, I guess, fun night where there's games, there's a cosplay contest, but it's like 18 plus. And I'm pretty sure I saw like pole dancing and stuff like that. So I was very confused. I was just like, I know this is not like a regular con. It doesn't seem like it is, but I don't know exactly what this is, because like you could buy like it's at a, I believe it's at a, it's either at a hotel or next to a hotel, and you could. I like the way I'm describing this. Let me, for those who are listening, let me be very clear. I don't think this is like any kind of like prostitution kind of thing, but you could buy like hotel rooms and stuff like that. But let me see here. Let me see if I can pull it up. So let's see. Because I can't remember fully what this thing was, but it was pretty wild.
Hoe down. You would just admit it.
You're right. Listen, like in the video I made, I said, listen, like if you guys were like me, then you enjoy having drinks brought to you by lovely ladies, and the girls are all going to be in like Playboy bunny outfits. And so, hey, that could be something you could do a photo shoot of.
I wanted to do like a Playboy bunny version of Black Cat. I feel like that would be really cool.
Yeah, you should definitely do that. I would love that. I mean, everybody else would love that too, but I know I would definitely love that. Where is that thing? Oh, here, I'll just go here. There you are. So let's see. One of the they're supposed to have like vendors and stuff like that as well, which is pretty cool. I'm sorry, guys. I notice I am popping up a lot of stuff on screen for you. Yeah, here it is. So, so they had like packages. So you had like a general admission to get in, but then there's like a room package, but it doesn't tell you what's in the room. So I was just kind of like, that's because all it tells you is like you get, well, there's two different packages. There's like a single and then there's a double, but depending on which one you buy, you get like a certain amount of tickets and then exclusive late night con after hour access. I don't know what that means. H night care package. And that's it. It doesn't tell you like what goes on in these rooms. Like, that's why I was kind of like, I don't think it's like a prostitution kind of thing, but it's just like, I guess I would like to know what's going on in these rooms, but that's just me. But a friend of mine, she is working it. I'm sure she'll be fine. I'm not too concerned. She can take care of herself. But like, I thought if I had known a while back, I would have gone just to support her. But California is just out of the way. I'm just like, no, thank you. So.
Hey.
So yeah, but I guess to each their own. It's a weird thing. I thought about, so recently I had like been thinking about, because we don't have like a whole lot of like nerd based stuff where I live. So we typically would have to like travel out to go to places. I thought about doing like some kind of fun nerdy thing event here, not necessarily Comic-Con, because I know that would definitely like, that's a lot of work to put in. I don't know though. It's something I've been thinking about. Because I was talking with Amalia Cat, who was a guest early on with the podcast, and she was telling me how cons most of the time, she said with the exception of Dragon Con, there may be a few others, but like most cons don't feel like they're for the fans anymore. It's more for the money.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have anything to necessarily add on that.
I mean, I haven't gone to many cons lately, but I do feel like they're becoming more for the money and less for the fans. So
yeah. She told me, she was telling me about how one con wanted a specific cosplayer and to come, like, I guess guest star at their convention or something like that, and like they wouldn't even reimburse the cost of them traveling to the con, so like plane and gas and stuff like that. And I was just like, oh wow, that's crazy. That
yeah.
And so which is why I was kind of like, you know what, maybe I should put a con together, but I know it's like it just takes a lot of work to get, especially in an area where from a tourist standpoint, it would benefit, but not many people where I live cosplay. So we would have to primarily rely on people coming in probably from like different parts of the state or even out of state to make this work. I mean, not saying that they won't, but yeah, I just think it'd just be a lot of work, and probably something small, nothing big, just for people to come hang out. Because I was telling somebody, I think one of the ideas I would do is like we would, or because Dragon Con and a few others have these kind of like after party kind of events and stuff like that. So I thought about one of the things we would do is just rent one of the local nightclubs and just
That'd be fun.
yeah, and then just like a Friday or a Saturday after con, hey, if you want to hang out, if you want to party, go over to this place. We have this place booked. You can go in, have fun, and then we will create like special tickets that only cosplayers who bought tickets online can access. That way you don't have just random people who are not going to the con, show up at this event. So cosplay contest, and I would definitely, because like I don't necessarily, like for me, I don't necessarily like, obviously I don't necessarily care about the money aspect of all of it. I just want to make sure everybody has a good time. So obviously, if I could get like some pretty cool cosplayers there, I think that would definitely help as well. Yeah, it's just something that's been on my mind lately. So I don't know. I gotta brainstorm more.
Let me know. I'll go.
Get you being supportive. So other than that, what's going on? So any vacation plans coming up? Do you take vacations?
I would like to. I don't have any plan right now. Just because I start my internship in like 3 weeks.
Oh.
So that will be really, I'm gonna be so busy. So I don't know when I can take a vacation. I would like to take my boyfriend with my family back home to Indiana, where I'm originally from, and so he can see my dad's side of the family and see where I grew up a little bit. But I would like to. I would also like to go somewhere like far away and nice.
Okay.
Where
all have you been?
Vacation wise?
Well, yeah, vacation wise or just statewide.
Would you include like driving through states?
Yeah, I could take that.
Okay. Vermont, Maine, Indiana, Hawaii, California, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, West Virginia, Vermont, if I didn't say it.
You did.
Connecticut, New Hampshire.
Oh.
Maybe like Indiana, maybe like one or two.
Okay. Let's see. Where have I been? I've been to North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Illinois, Missouri, Texas, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Colorado, and Cuba. So, and then I do have a plan for an international vacation trip I'm taking in about 2 years. So I'm very excited for that. I'm going to Italy, Germany, and Switzerland.
Can you take me with you? I go in a suitcase under the plane. That's fine. Just take me with you.
Just gonna stuff you into a suitcase and got to make sure it doesn't get like X-rayed or anything like that, because then that'll be very questionable.
Put me through baggage claim, yeah.
Sarah, why is there a woman stuffed inside your bag? Don't worry about it. It's not important.
That's okay.
It's okay. Not a big deal.
No,
And so I'm very excited for that. It's like, I forgot how many days. It's like 10 days. So, each city is gonna have something unique that I can do. I'm trying to remember which one it is. I know with Switzerland, you could ride that giant slide that they have.
it's fine.
I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's like they have like, they're well famous and well known for having like this giant like little box car that you can sit in and just go down on a slide. But because it gave me the idea because I was watching a while back. I don't know if you follow her or not, but Call Me Chris.
I might. I'd have to like see a picture of her.
She posted a video a while, probably last year actually, where she took a little vacation to Iceland. And so then I was like, oh man, I want to do something like this. And I figured I'm still young enough to do it. So just kind of like, I probably should really do this before I get to a point in my life where like I'm not able to do anything like this anymore. So
yeah.
So especially like looking at my friend group, how like the majority of my friends are all now either like married or have kids. And I was kind of like, yeah, I might as well get stuff done before that happens to me. So
my boyfriend just texted me and he said, "Don't forget to move my statue." I showed him it. I showed him it. I put him on blast. That's what I mean.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What kind of job does he do?
He is a mechanic right now.
Oh, that makes sense.
He's been a car mechanic, a diesel mechanic, but right now his job isn't that great, so he wants to do. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but it's Snap-on, and so Snap-on is the tool company, and you go and you get your truck and you just distribute and sell their items.
Oh, okay.
And you have and you make pretty good money doing it. That's what he would like to do, but he'd have to go. Thank you. He said I look good. He said, I mean, what am I talking about? He'd have to go to training for 10 days in Texas.
Oh, okay.
But you make pretty good money doing that. So, that's something he wants to do. So, I don't know when he'll do it, but that's what he's aiming towards.
Would he be on the road a lot?
No, so for work, but it would be a route like close to where we would live.
Okay.
So it's just like driving around selling tools.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. I don't think I've heard of that actually.
I think it's not just Snap-on too. There's like Mac Tools and other companies that do it. Okay. But yeah.
So I remember that you were a theater kid. So I don't know if were you a big fan of Wicked? Did you ever see that?
No, I'm a fan of Phantom of the Opera.
I fell asleep during that.
I've never seen Wicked though.
Are you picky about the plays that you see? Well, picky is probably not the right word I want to use, but
I mean, yeah, I've seen Phantom of the Opera. I've seen like not the play, but like the movie clips of like Moulin Rouge. I've never seen like Wicked or Hamilton, or stuff like that. I don't know. I am picky. I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay. I'm not really like that big into plays as well, because I remember we had, when I was young, I think I was in middle school when this happened, we had we went and saw Lion King on Broadway in Birmingham. That's about 45 minutes from me, and I think halfway through it I went to sleep. So, and then I dated this girl who she was like a big fan of like plays and stuff like that, and we ended up watching one night at her house Phantom of the Opera, and I fell asleep during that one, and I was just kind of like, I can't do that. I can't do this.
Oh no.
But I didn't fall asleep to Hamilton. I really liked Hamilton, but I watched it on TV. I wasn't there like in person at the play. So, but I probably would. I probably would watch it in person.
I've heard it's good. I listened to some of the music and it's really good.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, other than that, you're not really going to catch me like, well, even though I don't really do plays, my one of my friends' girlfriends, she has really started to get into like a lot of plays here where we live. So she is she's actually doing Beauty and the Beast in 3 weeks, and she got excited because she got casted as Belle, and so she, like, the Beauty and the Beast was always was like, I believe, one of her favorite movies growing up as a kid, and Belle was her favorite character, and so she's very excited that she gets to play a character that she loves. So
Yeah.
I'm happy for her. But good, then I was just kind of like, it's like one of those situations where like she's in the immediate friend group, so like now you're kind of like obligated to have to go.
Oh yeah.
And so I was just kind of like, okay, I guess I'll go. So, but I'll support her regardless. She's very excited for that. But yeah, other than that, I just can't do plays. Just can't.
No.
Have you thought about getting back into theater at any point? I mean, obviously you're very busy now, but like, did you ever like come across like, this would be a play that I would like to audition for?
I thought about it with like college, but the problem that I've ran into is a lot of the directors will play favorites. So they will consistently cast the same people for different plays in like the major lead roles. So I was just kind of like, why even bother,
I mean, you could have like played the understudy, and then maybe the lead actress has a slip and fall here and there. Yeah. So
they got sick. Yeah, I think if I did a play though, I don't know if my boyfriend would go. I don't know. No, I don't. I want to say he wouldn't go. He wouldn't want to go, but he would probably go just to be supportive. But he wouldn't want to.
Yeah, and so understandable. So probably like along those same lines too. I was just like, you don't want to go, but you got to go to be supportive.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh my goodness, I love that. That's very sweet though. Probably wouldn't have been me though. But I'm like,
nah, go.
Yeah, just no, we're not. I was just like, I think we both know each other well enough by this point that we both know I'm not going to go. But that's okay. That's okay. Obviously, I can just make it up to you later by, I don't know, whatever it is we would come up with. So, but yeah, Massachusetts. Would I ever go to Boston? Wait, what part of Massachusetts?
I'd say like central Mass. Like I right now I live about an hour, 45 minutes, an hour away from Boston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I went to my undergrad. I went to school there. But I like Boston. It's great. I need to go in and do a shoot again. But
I have actually always wanted to go to Salem during Halloween time.
Okay, so here's what I will tell you.
Oh, okay.
Salem is so fun. I've been twice. I'm like a history person, so going to like the museums and seeing pictures of the tree that they people from, and like seeing the artifacts from the witch trials was so cool. And they do like Salem witch tours, and they do that year round. Like you don't have to go just during Halloween. Like it's always Halloweeny. Halloween, it is a mob. I've been told like go in September or August. but it is so mobbed during October, especially the closer you get to Halloween. Like, good luck finding parking.
Oh wow.
It's but if you do go, you should go. I loved it. So.
A friend of mine in West Virginia, we were talking about me coming to visit in September, because every year, a certain part of West Virginia, I can't remember the town, but like they have a Mothman festival, and so I was just like, I do love Mothman, so I could definitely get into that. So they'll have like just a whole weekend festival. So like I think it's like a Saturday and a Sunday. I was just like, oh man, I really want to go now because I do love Mothman. That would be wild. I love little like I like things like that, like cryptids and I think a video I did that I have, I mean, it won't really be put into work until like later on, but like this Halloween, what I want to do is get like a couple of voice clips from people that I've had on or just people I know or whatever. And what I want to do is like if they're like from different states, so like I would try to have you come back and like if you have a scary story or like an urban legend about where you lived or a scary story about your life or something like that, you could kind of like the video will be treated like us around a campfire telling ghost stories.
Yeah.
And so that's an idea that I want to do. Because weird thing happened to me that and it came to my mind when it happened, but like I think this was like last week, but like I had just laid down to go to sleep, and I was like in that kind of like you're in that zone of where like you're awake but you can tell that you're going to sleep, and then like just out of nowhere I had like the sound of a little girl giggling in my ear, and then like I woke up. I was like what the what's that? And I just like threw my covers, turned on the light. I was just kind of like, I mean, it was nothing.
Do you live in like an old building or?
No, I mean the house that I live in is my mom grew up in it and my grandmother grew up in it, so I would probably say this house was built around 1970 or 1980.
Okay.
So that was that, and then another thing happened where because I like to sleep with my stomach. And so one night, like I randomly woke up and it felt like there were like actual hands holding me down. And like I couldn't scream or whatever. Like so like I legit tried to like throw whatever was on me off me, but it was just like it felt like there were like two people holding me down. And like I just couldn't scream. Like it was just, and then at a certain point I was able to just free myself, and then that was it. So
it's time to move. I'm sorry to break it. Time to move.
No, the housing market is too expensive right now, so I have to I gotta deal with that. So. But it was just such a weird experience for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything like that, but it was just odd.
I like, knock on wood, I don't have anything like that, but I work right now I work in a homeless shelter for families.
Okay.
And it was built in the 20s and by nuns, and I haven't heard of anything really happening there, but before the shelter moved to this location, they were at another location where it was an orphanage back in like hundreds of years ago for the nuns and stuff. And people would say one family heard something, like you would hear kids laughing and giggling.
Oh wow.
the family moved out the next day. They were like, I'm not dealing with that. You would hear things, and I don't know if people believe this stuff or not, but one of the families took a picture and there was something in white, a kid dressed in like old clothes in white in the background of their photo.
Oh my god.
My coworker was like, no, like, so, and I actually have a book. They wrote a book on it, and like the nuns would talk about hearing things, seeing things. So I'm like, I'm glad I'm not like.
I remember when I was a kid, and this was probably early high school. I think I stayed the night with a friend of mine. I think he was like yeah, he was a grade ahead of me, so I was like probably like a freshman around this time, and he was a sophomore, and we were just hanging out. It's like late at night, and his mom was like, she came in at one point and was just she was telling me about like how, because the house that they were living in was the house that she grew up, and the room that we were in was a room I believe she said her grandmother died in. And she was just telling us about how, like, when her and her sister were younger, they could hear like scratches coming in from the wall and stuff like that. And he was just like, Mom, just stop. And I was just kind of like, oh, this is weird. And so later on that night, we're just chilling. Like, I'm chilling on the bed. He's just chilling like on the floor. And we're watching a movie or playing games. And just like calmly and out of nowhere, he just says, Grandmother, can you please stop scratching my back? And I was just kind of like, what did you just say? And then a few seconds later, he was just like, thank you. It's like, what? So I was like, I don't like that. And so, oh gosh. I just love little like horror stuff, and I don't think I would actually like go investigate a haunted place. I don't think I would actually do that, but I think it would be fun it would be fun. Because like I was messing with Jamie Bear Fancy Pants, who was a guest I had on, and we were talking about us going and just going and do haunting stuff. She was just like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Gosh. Do you like scary stuff?
No.
Really?
No, like, for me, it's like curiosity killed the cat. Like, I'm always curious, but it freaks me out. Like,
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a pretty, like, I have plenty of friends, but like a lot of them aren't that big into like scary stuff. And so it's like most times, like, I have to go and do stuff myself because I don't have anybody else to really go with. And so, unless it's like Halloween, there's like haunted houses and stuff like that, and that's different. But like, if I was kind of like, hey, you want to go check out this abandoned house that's claimed to be haunted, they're probably like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
We've seen plenty of movies. So, I'm trying to think. So where I live, there is, the only one I could think of is Crybaby Bridge. And with that one, basically it's there's two different versions of the story depending on which person you ask about it. One of the versions is a mother committed suicide with her baby, like they jumped into the river. And then the other is she got hit by a horse-drawn carriage and was knocked into the river, and the baby was never found. But like, so basically a lot of people around the area were saying like at just random times at night, you could hear the sound of a baby crying. And if you stop your car in the middle of the bridge and take baby powder and put it on top of your car and wait a few minutes, you would get out and see their like little baby footprints on top of the car. So it's not to like put all this haunting stuff on you, but now you're gonna be paranoid and like worried about hauntings in your apartment.
Oh yeah. This building's old too, so I wouldn't be surprised if something's here.
Like some
I shouldn't say.
like some paranormal activity.
Oh my god, don't say that. You're gonna make me paranoid now.
I mean, your boyfriend did get that doll from TJ Maxx, so I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. So like, who's to say it's not haunted? So I mean,
I'm throwing that thing out the first chance I get. That's what I'm gonna do.
I mean, we've all seen Annabelle, so
yeah, Annabelle point to the fat bitch.
exactly. It's probably not as menacing just because of the sheer size of it, but
yeah.
So, oh my goodness. But all right, that is. Oh man, my voice. There we go. But all right, guys, that is where I think we will like end this little Nerd Talk After Hours episode. I hope you guys just enjoyed this chill, laid back conversation. As per usual, you guys can just hit that like and subscribe button. But how can people follow you and support you?
Any social media I have is partyhardycosplay. So I'm easy to find.
So definitely be sure to go and give her a follow, and who knows, she more than likely will be back again with some more. Maybe we'll have her back for Halloween and she can tell us some more scary stories or something. So, but other than that, guys, you have a great rest of your weekend, depending on when you are listening to this, and we will see you guys in the next video. See ya.